Good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon to everyone. I am here. I am the one and only Miss Grace 3. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am here to bring you inspiration and give you something to just thinking about. Give you something just thinking about and just allow it to get in your spirit so you will understand um, when it comes down to having faith over fear. So I did a little bit of writing, and it's called Faith Over Fear. Jeremiah 29:11, the NIV version. For I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you. I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Faith is something that you cannot see, but you have to understand in the midst of something you cannot see, you have to understand there is a connection to God. In my mindset, I can explain it like this. Y'all ready for this? Faith over fear just got real, went to the hospital where I started to heal. Could not understand why I was in this place, started getting so many blessings and end up winning the race. Never could understand why God called me. He chose me to walk completely in my free. So faith over fear is what it shall be. Always depend on God and walk in victory. And I wrote that poem. But it's like this. When you learn how to allow God to order your steps, you will be able to hear his voice. Sometimes you got to just be quiet and just hear his voice. Listen to what he's saying. Follow directions. Be quiet sometimes. You don't have to always be around people all the time. Just take the time out to listen for his voice. He will be your guiding light in the midst of a fearful moment. Sometimes in that fearful moment, it's hard to move, but then God will give you a push in an open door. A lot of times, fear attacks the mindset, so we choose to listen to man, follow man, and worship the speaking of man. So we move without getting approval by God. So the question is, why do we move without God and then have to turn and run to God anyway? How many of you would choose faith and allow God to dismiss fear? You see, when you choose to walk in faith, you are choosing God that has a repetition of showing up right on time. But when fear is present, you choose to step to sleep and eat it. So the question is, what are you going to choose? Faith or over fear? Or faith or fear? When you decide to choose faith over fear, faith will lead you to favor, and favor will lead you to abundance, and abundance will lead you to independence, and independence will lead you to a testimony, and a testimony will lead you to a harvest that you shall reap. But when you decide to walk in fear, listen, fear will lead you to failure. That is everlasting, and an avenue of disappointments that will lead to a ruthless pain. God will never put you in situations you cannot handle, but he will allow you to handle situations that he knows he can trust you with in order to gain wisdom. So the thought is, Are you willing to choose faith over fear? Or are you just sitting here and not knowing what to do, not knowing how to do it? Are you just sitting here saying, okay, well, I see, I see. Are you allowing people to get in your spirit? Are you allowing people to inject their insecurities inside of your spirit? Are you allowing people to make you feel broken down? I mean, what are you doing? Are you allowing, I mean, do you not understand that God has a way of doing things that we possibly can't even think that He could do? Sometimes what He does, He shows up right on time. Sometimes we get in our comfortable space and we be like, oh, I'm not gonna move. But then we get in a position where we have to move. God does, He will allow things to become very uncomfortable. And let me go ahead and share this with you right quick. Sometimes when you in a place and you feel like, oh, they picking, that's when God is pushing. They picking while God is pushing. And sometimes what God does, He will use people to pick so He can push. Because a lot of times we get so comfortable and we be like, okay, I'm going to just sit in this moment. I'm going to just sit in this personal space. And we don't want to move. So, like I stated, are you willing to choose faith over fear? What are you going to do? Are you going to choose your poison? Are you going to choose faith, which has many open doors? Or are you just going to choose fear? That's a good question to ask yourself when you're trying to figure out how am I going to figure this out or whatever. And sometimes you don't even have to figure it out. Sometimes the door is just already open for you just to walk in. So listen, I'm going to go ahead and tell you like this. If you ever sat there in a moment or you could not understand what your life would be, I mean, first of all, how you going to even understand what's going to happen if you don't have faith? You see, like I told y'all, God has a reputation of showing up and showing out. So, y'all, listen, I thank you so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Grace 3 and Miss Grace Bound, and I want you to enjoy your day. Thank you and have a beautiful day.